This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
The CBI has been asked to find out just who has been sending those threat letters to AIDMK Chief Ms. Jayalalitha ahead of a Madurai rally. Shutters down, that's what the Madras High Court has told Sterlite Industries. Environmentalists give the judiciary zero pollution policy a thumbs up.
No application of mind to the quantum of waste generated.
For a normal Thursday, the Chennai cops throw a thick security blanket across the city ahead of the Ayodhya verdict.
Just to avoid any kind of miscreants coming and creating any problems, we will have the enhanced presence of policemen.
If these scenes of infighting were bad enough, look at this mass suicide threat at the Tamil Nadu Congress headquarters. The situation is thankfully diffused. After that bitter pill from Amma, the health authorities given and promised free swine flu vaccines for the poor. D. Karthikeyan is the new Chennai Corporation Commissioner. He replaces the proactive Rajesh Lakoni, who will now take care of your water supply. Good evening and welcome to the news tonight. I'm Sanjay Pinto. The Prime Minister has appealed for peace and harmony in the country ahead of the Ayodhya verdict that will be delivered on Thursday afternoon. Now, over the next 30 minutes, our live wire news team will bring you the latest news on all our big stories. Sai Manish there on your screen on the CBI probe on the threats to Ms. Jayalalitha, Salim on the security apparatus in Chennai for the Ayodhya verdict, Shabir Ahmed on that literal over-the-top drama in the Congress headquarters, and Lokpriya Vasudevan on the new officer in the hot seat at Ripon Building. Now, before we go across to our reporters, here are our national headlines. Thursday, 3 p.m., that's when the much-awaited verdict of the Ayodhya title suit will be pronounced. The Prime Minister appeals for peace. Let the games begin. You'll soon hear those words as many participants shift from hotels to the Commonwealth Games flats. The ruling party's troubled child shifts the blame in the 2G spectrum scandal to the telecom players. MPs signed their increment checks. Now workers of the UPA's flagship NREGS scheme demand a hike in wages. And India's Nightingale, Lata Mangeshkar, cuts her birthday cake. At 81, she still croons and mesmerizes. Our big national headline today, the much-awaited verdict on the 60-year-old Ayodhya land dispute will be delivered on the 30th of September. Today, a constitution bench of the Supreme Court, headed by the Chief Justice of India, cleared the decks for the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court to pronounce its verdict. It was a unanimous decision. The apex court rejected the petition to defer the verdict on the dispute, and the petition, as we know, was filed by a retired bureaucrat, and he sought the postponement of the verdict to facilitate a possible last-minute out-of-court settlement. Now, one of the three judges on the Lucknow bench hearing the title suit, Justice D.V. Sharma, retires on Friday, the 1st of October. And just a short while back, the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, appealed for peace, harmony and tranquility in the country on verdict day. As a city, Chennai has always been an oasis of peace and harmony. But the city cops have an elaborate security arrangement in place.
And our officers have already spoken to different people, and they have told us very categorical they will be cooperating with the maintenance of general law and order. And Chennai police in large public have been quite nice, cooperative, peace-loving. So we don't expect any problem. However, just to avoid any kind of miscreants coming and creating any problems, we will have the enhanced presence of policemen on the day of Judgment Day, so that any kind of situations is handled quite well. But, we don't expect any problem. So there is no question of any sensitive places, but all the important places where this large gathering of the public and all, police presence will be, enhanced.
Joining me live from our studio here is Salim, our crime reporter. Salim, any word at all, I know it's too early now, but any word at all if schools will remain shut? Because the last week schools were shut across the country. Any news of that, what schools being shut? Also, what exactly are the security measures in place for Thursday, Salim?
Sanjay, as of now, the authorities remain mum whether they will shut down all the schools. As far as the police are concerned, they say that they have not sent any recommendations to the government to shut down the schools. Now, apart from extraordinary intelligence gathering, visible policing will be maximized in the city. There will be a heavy number of policemen deployed on the Chennai's roads, especially in sensitive areas with a history of communal disharmony. The police say that the public need not have any security anxieties over the Ayodhya verdict. All the policemen will be on duty 24/7. All their leaves to be availed have been cancelled as of now. Also, the police say that they don't foresee any untoward incidents, as they already held talks with the religious leaders in the city to maintain communal harmony. No preventive arrests have been made so far, and the police and the traffic police say that there will not be any traffic diversions in place. Sanjay?
All right, thank you very much, Salim, for that update. Now, after a series of threat letters and allegations hurled at each other, there's a new development in the drama around Ms. Jayalalitha and her mailbox. The CBI will now probe the death threats received by the AIADMK Supremo and former Chief Minister after the Home Ministry gives its nod. The principal opposition party has been stepping up pressure for a CBI probe. In the last 1 month, the office of the AIADMK-owned Jaya TV had received death threats, warning Ms. Jayalalitha of dire consequences if she went ahead with her proposed rally on the 18th of October in Madurai. Now, Madurai is considered a stronghold of Union Minister and Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi's elder son M.K. Alagiri. He is yet to inherit a political legacy, but Union Minister M.K. Alagiri has certainly inherited the wit of his father and the capacity, shall we say, to duck inconvenient questions. Efforts by our colleagues on the field, hungry for a juicy soundbite, were met with his trademark evasive retorts. Take a look.
ஜெயலலிதா அவங்களுக்கு வந்து த்ரெட் லெட்டர் பத்தி சிபிஐக்கு கேஸ் மாற்றம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க சார் ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட்.
தெரியல, நான் பேப்பரே பார்க்கல நீங்க. நான் இல்ல காலையில வேற வேலையா இருந்தேன். என்னன்னு
சார் நீங்க நாகர்கோவில் மீட்டிங்க்கு போகாததுக்கு வந்து அத பத்தி நிறைய விமர்சனம் ஆயிருக்கு. பேப்பர்லலாம் வந்து உங்களுக்கும் சேனலுக்கும் இருக்கு.
பேப்பர்காரங்க நிறைய விளம்பரம் எனக்கு கொடுக்குறாங்க, அதுக்காக நன்றி.
உங்க ஆட்கள் தான் யாரோ த்ரெட் லெட்டர் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்கான்னு சொல்றாங்க.
தெரியலங்க, அதை பத்தி எனக்கு தெரியாது. அதை அவங்களா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அந்த இது ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்றீங்க,
த்ரெட் லெட்டர்
எனக்கு தெரியாது.
சார் நீங்க சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட் கிட்ட ஸ்டேட் வரதா
என்னங்க, இப்போ மதுரையிலேருந்து சென்னை வந்திருக்கேன். இப்போ மதுரையிலேருந்து சென்னை வந்திருக்கேன், அதான் அது வரைக்கும் நியூஸ் போட்டுங்க.
சார் எலெக்ஷனுக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்க சென்னைக்கு ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட் எலெக்ஷன் வர போறீங்க அப்படின்னு
எலெக்ஷன் வேலை பார்க்க வருவேன்ல,
சென்ட்ரல் ரிசைன் பண்ணி வரீங்களா சார்?
அதான் யாரும் அவ்வளோ தூரம் ஜோசியம் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கீங்க.
All right, let's go across to my colleague Sai Manish, who joins us from our newsroom here. Manish, the DMK government had initially said that the Tamil Nadu police is more than capable of handling this security concern of the opposition leader, Ms. Jayalalitha. What exactly prompted Mr. Karunanidhi, who also holds the home portfolio, to actually do this bit of a somersault?
That's right, Sanjay, somersault, that's the word there. In fact, a month ever since these deaths started emanating, 5 cases have been filed with regard to 4 letters, 4 death threats that were received by a news channel which is affiliated to the AIADMK here. So for 1 month, of course, there's been no major breakthrough in these cases, even as one after the other, the death letters keep getting more formidable. All the police managed to do over this 1 month was file a case against a DMK cadre who they later realized hadn't even passed his class 3rd examination, and therefore they could not even match his handwriting with the one which was there in the letter. Now, following these, of course, there were major apprehensions about how Jayalalitha would go about a rally. Also, there were apprehensions that the Madurai strongman of the DMK, Alagiri, was behind such real threats. Now, once the AIADMK realized that Alagiri's name would indeed pop up, they went to the Home Minister, and AIADMK legislation, in fact, an AIADMK delegation, in fact, met both the Home Minister and the Prime Minister, and finally today, of course, the Chief Secretary and the Home Secretary did send in the recommendation to hand over this case to the CBI. So clearly the AIADMK had upped the ante, that the DMK was really not interested in maintaining the security of Jayalalitha, also because of the fact that she'd managed to attract such big crowds over the 2 rallies that she'd had over the past 2 months. So clearly this time the CBI will be inquiring after the Tamil Nadu police failed, according to the AIADMK, in all fronts.
Right, thank you very much, Manish. Clearly the government playing it safe there. Now, in what comes as a stern warning to industries flouting norms, the Madras High Court has ordered closure of Sterlite Industries in the Tuticorin district of the state. The industry is located within the prohibited 25-kilometer distance from the coast, threatening the fragile Gulf of Mannar bioreserve in the area. The National Trust for Clean Environment had earlier challenged the environmental clearance given to the factory in 1996. But this obviously comes as a huge blow for Sterlite's major expansion plans to become the world's singest location copper smelting factory. The court has also directed the company to compensate its workers and the district administration and to provide them alternative employment. Environmental activists are pleased with this latest development and are hoping that many more companies will not flout norms and get their act together soon.
The unit is located within 25 kilometers from an ecologically fragile area. There is in fact a GO which prohibits the establishment of any highly polluting unit within a distance of 25 kilometers from an ecologically fragile area. This was not taken into consideration. And the huge quantum of waste to be generated by the unit each day. And these are wastes containing very harmful metals such as arsenic and selenium, but there was no application of mind to the quantum of waste generated.
All right, you heard the lawyer there. Now listen to the environmental activist Shweta Narayanan, who joins us earlier on the phone line.
There are many industries in Tamil Nadu which are violating norms, which are violating the consent conditions, in fact even operating without a valid license. And in all these cases, there are documented cases now where we have seen the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board is hand in glove with the unit, not willing to take action. And such orders are precedents. They have set precedents for all units, all industries which are violating environmental norms or consent conditions. That, the law is going to catch up on them. They are not going to be let go of easily, and there will be strict action taken on them. So for communities that are engaged in fighting these polluting industries, I think it's a big boost. And you will see more cases coming up, not just Sterlite, but other industries. You have, Sipcot Industrial Estate, which has 30 industries, out of which 15 as of now don't have a consent to operate, but are operating. So these industries, these cases will definitely be taken up. And I think you'll see more such orders being passed.
Spoken just like an intrepid activist that she is, Shweta Narayanan. Time now for a short break, but coming up more on the changes in Tamil Nadu's corridors of power. Stay tuned.